this has been my philosophy about it, and this is what's been meaningful to me about it. But I don't want to be like the sole decider on what it is. You know, I'd really like to kind of collaborate and build, and especially when it comes to like swapping out the DM seat, especially because it's kind of like a chaotic sort of world or setting. Like, that's kind of where I'm at, is I don't want to be like the sole owner of the thing, because that's also a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
of course. And I feel like it's more fun when you get to build a world with your friends, you know?
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to make a joke at one point about you being the only DM. Because I was like, oh man, you're telling me you don't want to DM for the 4th year in a row? Like, you're telling me you want to do something different? You want to play with those 200 characters that you have on D&D Beyond? That's crazy.
It's so out of control that I have a separate campaign in D&D Beyond just for my top characters that I would like to play. So there's like all of them.
So there's like tier lists.
Yeah, and then there's a filter of like, wow, these are great. And then every so often I'll swap them out. I'm like, that's not at the top of my list right now, whatever. Oh,
That's crazy.
Our poor little light is hanging on by a thread.
Is the light already?
Yeah, it's noticeably dimmer than it was. So
do you need some of my lights? I got plenty of lights.
We'll figure it out. That could be cool.
I got a bunch of stuff that I'm just not using. So
I think I have one at work that they might let me borrow, but we'll see. That way you don't have to bring a bunch of stuff back and forth. But
I'm gonna be real. It's probably like $50. I could probably get a new one.
Yeah. I mean, speaking to that as well, like I'm kind of into the low budget sort of vibe.
Yeah, low budget adds its own kind of, because like obviously you can tell once people are starting to be like more corporate, or like I keep saying corporate, but like going for higher production values, and like it does have a distinctly different vibe than just, I'm gonna say, just 4 friends screwing around, right? Because it's obviously it's D&D, so there's like improv acting to a certain portion of it, but like also when you're like when you know it's a high stakes production, you have to like present yourself a lot more, and it's like, I already got to do that at work. Like,
yeah. Like, I just want to unwind. Like, this is a fun project for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this is not my job. This is just like something that I want to do because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to become a job, right? That being said, if for some reason it started making a whole bunch of money, then I would probably...
Not complaining about that.
Right. But
even then, like, if you ever hit that point, like, there is the real worry about it, like, hitting that sort of, like, professional, like, goal thing. Where
At that point, it's like, okay, let's increase our production value without, like, adding the corporate element to it. It's like, okay, we're still not going to change our practices, you know?
Of course.
Like, I would love for us to, like, be eating at the table while we're playing D&D, because that's what we do when we play without a camera.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, we should be making jokes. I mean, to a certain extent, it's like I would like people to not be, like, playing video games off to the side, but, like, we're here to play D&D, we're focused, that sort of thing. But that's kind of the extent of what I'm looking for, you know?
Yeah,
like, other than that, it's like you said, it's 4 idiots playing D&D.
Right? I mean, like, if that's the vibe you're trying to go for, one, you got a good group of people. Like, I mean, when it comes to D&D, I feel like our collective IQ, like, gets, like, quartered, if not more.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, that part you got down. Or the table... You know what I'm trying to say. Got down, right? So it's like...
Typically, like, the whole is stronger than the sum of its parts.
Yeah.
But when we play D&D, like, the whole is definitely weaker than the sum of its parts.
Yeah, it's like, it goes from, like, a whole to, like, a whole.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so... It's a good time, though. Shout out to Nurse Fairchild.
Yeah.
But,
that was crazy, wild arc.
Look, I'm just saying... Photo of Nurse Fairchild. Anyway. Editor.
That's also me. So
yeah, you got that right there.
Yeah.
I also feel like if you're actually gonna edit, I can start saying like stupid things. I'll be like explosion effect.
Right.
And you'd have to do it.
I have to do it.
You have to do it.
I'm like contractually obligated.
I feel. Anyways, now I'm getting to the part where it's like, all right, so if I'm ever on the table, I can start doing meta things where I'm like, all right. Sorry.
Yes. No. I love
my
that.
entertainment.
That's the exact vibe. And it's going to be like a really crappy green screen explosion.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what
like,
I want.
I'm not going to be putting a ton of time and effort.
Oh, no.
But it's going to have that really niche vibe of like, it's bad, so it's good.
That's exactly what I want. Or
Yeah.
at least for me, when I'm like watching something, if I see that, I'm like, nice.
So that's exactly what I'm going for. Is that sort of thing. And so, I don't know if you have more thoughts about it, but that's kind of like where I've been at with things. And I kind of just wanted to like have an initial conversation about it, to kind of get the ball rolling, I guess. Also kind of like add some more structure to it. See if like you agree with the philosophy of it, and then because like I said, I want to collaborate. I don't want this to just be my thing.
Yeah, of course.
Like we'll be filming in my home, and I'll be doing the editing. But like, but that's fun for me. I enjoy that.
Yeah. I've talked to you about this before. For me personally, I'm not big on the combat for D&D. I couldn't care less. But if I get to like screw around with my character, I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what I like about our table.
Yeah.
Because like obviously there's combat, and I'll be like, fireball.
Right.
But
you're not gonna not cast fireball.
If I have fireball, if there's a door that can shoot fire, I will use it.
Yeah. It's combat is like, oh man, everything is so serious and there's high stakes. But like, what if the combat was the same way?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like our really early D&D sessions were, I'm throwing a bucket of poop at a swarm of centipedes, and I'm lassoing my grappling hook into the eye socket of a goblin. Like, just like totally, as far as DMing goes, it's like, how do I do this? But like, it was so much fun. And I remember those combats years and years, almost a decade ago.
Actually, yeah, that's true.
Versus like the fights that led up to the climax of the last campaign I DM'd. I'm like, I vaguely remember some of them. I remember the concept. What specific people did, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. I'm trying to remember the last campaign, and all I can remember is that poor dude. I was traumatizing for like 5 sessions.
You met a gnome in jail, and he was there for petty thievery or something. But your character was convinced that he was a murderer and a cannibal.
I'm still not convinced. Me, the person, and I am still not convinced that he did not kill hundreds. Okay? There's no reason that he should have been in the same.
Lonnie was... Yeah.
And then he died. I loved the whole arc. I got to revive him, bring him back. I think he was part of the final battle.
You guys,
he was my favorite.
You went to, like, the astral plane afterlife and revived this... one-off gnome because I needed to fill a prison with someone. Like, there had to be at least one random person in there for some reason.
Lottie. That poor man.
But that's the kind of energy that I crave when I'm watching D&D.
Yeah.
And if everyone's doing this serious, gritty, dark campaign with high stakes and like emotional maturity, like then like where's the stuff to just unwind?
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
yeah.
like great. I'll watch some Critical Role if I feel like processing my trauma. But if I'm not in the mood, right? I would like to just see people
something giggly.
Yeah, something fun. Like I'd like to see a giant shark going on a rampage in town and then opening a tavern. Like That's wild. And at first as a DM, I was like, oh no, like we got to be serious, whatever. And then like recently I've hit this point in my life where I'm like, it doesn't need to be serious. It just needs to be fun. Whatever's fun for people. Let's just do that.
If you're having fun with friends, I mean, like, okay. The core, I feel like at its core, D&D is, well, I mean, we said it. It's like, it's about friends screwing around with each other, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for me at least. I'm sure there are other tables and other groups where it's like, all right, let's have this really gritty, story-based driven gameplay.
Yeah.
We're going to play The Last of Us Part 3 in this zombie apocalyptic future.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, man, give me a gnome to terrorize for 5 sessions for no reason.
I don't know if you got a chance to actually look at the channel. I also don't know at what point this video is going to end. It could be right now. It'd be cool to do like cheap costumes or something.
Oh, yeah, no, that's the first thing you got to do.
Oh, yeah.
Not first thing you got to do.
So I have a little prop bin started here with just like there's a hammer and an axe in there. A little thing for a bartender. And then there's a wooden sign. I was thinking, because my wife is artistic, that she could paint like the sign for the Dice Goblin Guild.
Okay, that's kind of sick. I like
And
that.
so, and then it could like hang in the background here. Mm-hmm. I don't know exactly where yet because we still have like.
I'm looking at it, so we got all this. So
yeah,
like right to your left.
Yeah.
Like right about. I
Right.
guess somebody'd be sitting there, but
Yeah.
but like right about there.
That's the tricky part. I put up the floating shelf, and then I was like, maybe that's not the best spot for it. So maybe the shelf.
I don't
moves down.
mind the floating shelf. I think you just put something like under it.
Oh yeah, that could work.
Or I guess, well, I mean, it depends on if
Oh.
you're keeping this angle for like a podcast setup. You can do something like right there.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of sick.
Of course, if we're getting the rest of the table, then this will shift a little bit. And so you probably like won't see our refrigerator, but it's like we have like our baby's first footsteps.
Yeah.
There, and we have just other miscellaneous like she did that art piece. It's a neo-expressionist. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
That's modern art.
Yeah.
Right there. That's in the MoMA.
So if you want to buy that, it is for sale.
10 grand.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Starting.
Starting, it's a bid. eBay link right here. Or wait, no, it's eBay link right there in the information button. That's sorry, I have to get my bearings.
Oh,
up there.
the banner. Yeah, the
little yeah, right there. Perfect.
Right
Pop up. That's where the eBay link is.
yeah, maybe on that pillar would be good because I think when I was testing the shots earlier, trying to figure out when I realized there's not enough space to do it over there, I realized like, oh yeah, the pillar is in all of those shots, and so I also kind of like the staircase in the background. It kind of
I think it actually adds a lot
Kinda
to the
works.
shot.
I don't know if I'll keep like this exact framing. I'm realizing it's a lot of headroom on this shot.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward because like you need to make sure to be like spaced enough to
Yeah.
like get the whole table, but also you want to like not have that much headroom.
Yeah, I did some test photos and it worked pretty well. My goal. This is kind of different because we're doing kind of like a podcasting style thing.
Of course.
But
I just want to say, fire podcast setup. You have the host sitting here. You have 2 people sitting over there. It's kind of peak.
Thank you.
But
yeah. No, I'm really excited about this. I've done a couple of podcasts over the years.
we have done a podcast.
We had a
previously.
podcast.
I think like 3 episodes came out.
Yeah,
That did happen.
it did, and I feel like each of those
Link right there.
I feel like each of those built up to this.
Yeah.
And actually, that podcast was a little bit of the inspiration for it because, like, we didn't really have topics of conversation. We kind of just talked.
a bit of yapping.
Yeah, we were around the table. We talked about life and talked about us starting to play D&D. And so,
Did we do that?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
yeah, and so it was fun. And so, like, I want to recapture that same kind of energy with this. And so, I want to I'll probably lower the camera, adjust the angle so that we get like the whole table and stuff. But make it more eye level. So it feels like you're sitting at the table. It feels like you're a part of it. Because the entire premise is like, oh, your D&D session got canceled, join ours. Sort of thing.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like that.